goes out to you, you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you. This goes out to you. This goes out to. Hello world. Yeah, I've been there before. On the edge of the ledge. Eyes focused on floor. I've grown a lot since then. Lost love and found more. Trying to be a better me. Quit smoking Newports. Lost jobs. Had to scramble and find look to pay rent. Chick that I fucked last week. Called and said she pregnant. I'm not ready for kids. I felt less of a man. But you died, I can't lie. I felt nothing inside. Relationships have been shit. I'm quick to cut ties to the point that I'm numb. I don't even say bye. Don't even look in my eyes. You be wasting your time. I won't let you see shit. Hard to let you
If it wasn't for five, I'd be a piece of shit. Or maybe worse. Laid in the dirt. For what it's worth. I see now, still so much to be proud of. On the real, I was just trapped in my thoughts.
The sky is the limit, always heard that. Found myself when I learned that.
I see now, still so much to be proud of. On the real, I was just trapped in
There's
my
a
thoughts.
war going on outside, no man is safe from. I'm just trying to cook some art without an apron. And if you hear me, just know that I'm endearing. Fucked over so many times in my life and been forsaken. Humble since I was younger, when it can feed my hunger. Blessed to still be healthy, got cancer and family history. Kitty, I fucking miss you, that accident still hits me. Mama, you in my dreams, damn it, I know you with me. The angels took you from me, hated them, I was grieving.
Welcome to episode number 4. I am your host, Emily, along with our producer, Truth. Mike Bloomberg debuts at the Nevada debates. The apology tour continues. Shims. I bet you want to know what that is, right? Just remember I said it. Shims. And there's a Texas university that has a vaccine for the coronavirus. Well, we saw that coming. So guess what? There's nothing to worry about. You're not going to die from the coronavirus. We are saved. However, there is a student at a local New Jersey high school who has the mumps. Now, according to doctors, you can only get the mumps if you're not vaccinated. So, should you get your kids vaccinated? Or should you not get your kids vaccinated? It's up to you. But there is one student who has the mumps. Meanwhile, those that were vaccinated don't have to worry about it because you got vaccinated, so you're not going to get the mumps. All that and more. This is Butterfly Blackout. Let's get started. So, we're going to talk about the photograph. So, I went on a Valentine's Day date. Yes, I did. And my date took me to the movies to see the photograph with Issa Rae. And I was super excited. 1, because I was on a date. 2, because I was on a date. And 3, because I like Issa Rae. So I wanted to see this Black love movie. I was like, yeah, I'm here for it. So let me give you the whole thing about the movie. Okay, so it is a love story about Issa Rae's character. She's in a relationship or she falls for a guy. Her mother, it's like 2 stories in one. So her mother, back in the day, fell in love with a guy, but he was kind of like a bum and he really couldn't give her what she wanted. So she up and left him, went to New York, and then she came back to visit, but this time she had a kid with her, yada, yada, yada. In the present day, Issa Rae's mama died and left her in a box 2 letters, one for her and one for her to give to her father. Now, the one for her was addressed for her. The other one was blank. Quickly, I already knew who her daddy was just by that alone. So, part of the movie was spoiled because I was like, okay, it was warming up and leading up to the fact that, Issa Rae's current daddy wasn't her daddy. It was this guy that her mother was in love with that she left. Okay. Now, the movie moves on. She ends up falling in love with this guy. And then she reunites with her father. And he said, I wanted to ask her when she brought you around if you were my daughter, but I was scared. I say all that to say, 1, I went on a date to watch the photograph. I didn't pay, but I want my money back. Why? Because I felt like the photograph should have gone straight to Netflix. Remember how you had movies that went straight to DVD because they weren't quite ready to go to the big screen. Well, now that Netflix has taken over, this was one of those times. Or it could have gone to Hulu. Either one, take your pick. Many people have deals with Netflix. Issa, you could ink a deal with Netflix and make more movies and just put it on Netflix. Because then I could have stayed in my bed and watched this movie. Okay? Because, again, I already knew what was going on before you even got to the knit and grit. Then, because I was bored, here comes Little Rel. He's a comedian. Thank him. Everybody should thank him because he saved your movie. Because I couldn't wait for him to come back because he had me in tears. And it was so natural for him. I felt like, well, then shoot, you should have been the main character. What's going on here? Issa, I know you got another movie coming up. Please let this one be better. Please. And I honestly, because of the previews for all the other movies coming out, I don't think I'm going to see the next one. I'm going to wait till it comes out on HBO or something like that just to save me money. But listen, I congratulate everybody who was a part of this film. Thank you for giving us Black Love. We'll take over from here. And if you decide to do something like this again, please go to Netflix or Hulu. We all got subscriptions, okay? And I pay way less than I did for this movie. Actually, I paid less for this movie because it was free, but that's not the point. I want my date's money to get his money back. Is that better? Okay. So having said that, one of the previews is a new movie starring Ben Affleck, and all of a sudden he's looking like a zaddy. And I felt myself, feeling a type of way because Ben Affleck is looking hot. I'm like, it's okay if you had a drinking problem. I'm good with that. Don't ever get married again. Because you need to have a lot of sex, Ben Affleck. I'm sorry, this is explicit, but that's how I feel because he was looking really good. Other than that, they have a lot of good movies coming out, so I'm looking forward to this movie season. But I just want to say the Photograph is a no for me. But again, congratulations, and Little Rel, you saved it. I am looking forward to your next project. Issa, I'm looking forward to your next projects as well. Good luck, girl. More power to you. Moving on. So, the apology tour continues. Yes. We talked about this last week, right? So, I was looking at social media, and I see this advertisement for Snoop Dogg, who's now going to appear on Red Table Talk. So, you did all this to get publicity to go on to Red Table Talk? What have we come to? Again, people, you have to understand black people and white people are different. White people will sit there and say, Timmy, don't you do that, Timmy. No more, Timmy. Timmy, don't do that. I told you how many times not to do that, not to say that. Timmy, this is the 10th time I've told you not to say that. Go in the corner. Timmy, go to your timeout. Your timeout mat is right there, Timmy. In the black community, when we say things more than 2 times, or we notice something more than 2 times, you have to come different. So you have to stoop to a level of ignorance to make your point. And this is very much true. Again, what Snoop said was perfectly fine because you have to talk to people a certain way. Gail. Again, since we're talking about Gail, did you apologize to the family yet? I'm just curious. Because everybody's coming to protect you, but did you apologize? Because you went in on these questions like you were trying to get Lisa Leslie to say something that nobody else has heard. Like you thought she was holding on to a big secret. So you pissed people off. Snoop came out and said what he said because he was pissed off. And at this point, it didn't warrant to be respectful because you weren't respectful. But now he has to go on Red Table Talk to discuss how to talk to women. Like he talks to women like that on a daily basis. This was a different situation. But, okay, Jada, if you're having him come on to talk about that, is your next episode going to feature Gail and Oprah, and then you could talk about how they're not talking about Harvey Weinstein and why they keep coming after our black folks? I mean, isn't the verdict or the jury still in a deadlock for Harvey Weinstein? They're having some issues over there. But his case, did you want to talk to them? But you want to focus on Snoop because Snoop was loud with it. I bet all of us are loud with it. Guess what? A lot goes on behind closed doors. But we want to keep everybody in line. That's what it is. We are keeping everybody in line. Beware. I mean, look what you did for, what's her name? Jordan? With the Kardashians. You could wait to bring her onto your show to have a conversation because she was doing grown folks things. And because she got turned out and turned away, now you want to tell her side of the story. Girl, you was in with the man who had a whole girlfriend and probably some other girlfriends. But they saw you as family. So what you do? You was doing something like soul food. Family was effing a family friend. That's what you did. Okay, so you got caught. Okay, so fess up to it. I saw the show. I saw what went down. Everybody's like, well, that's what the Kardashians do. So what? Doesn't matter. Tit for tat. Seriously? But guess what? Red Table Talk was there to keep everybody in line. Red Table Talk is the show if you want to keep black folks in line. Except for Gail and Oprah. I guess you didn't approach them yet. Maybe you did, and they don't want to come on the show. It could be beneath them. I don't know. Truth, any thoughts?
This one, I will say for the... Oh, you want me to start with the other one or start here? I'll start here. I think her having him there does give him an opportunity to really explain what he was going through at the time. And two, before I forget about it, Gail and Oprah ain't going to Table Talk, period. But for her to have him there, and I love the fact of Jada is not for what everyone thinks. When Jada brought Jordan on, everyone was still bashing her. Her and Will were the only one to come to the young lady's defense. Maybe it was because they were cool with the family, or they felt sorry for her or whatever, but they came to her defense. But I don't have an issue with Snoop going on Red Table Talk. I think from a media standpoint, if you can get someone to come on your show to help your ratings, that has something going on at that time, then I think good. Harvey, we all know he's going to get acquitted. If you think he's getting convicted, something's wrong with you. His lawyer ripped those young ladies apart on that fucking stand like I ain't never seen people get ripped before. And then the attorney for the lady sat there because, we did well, and all she's thinking about is the civil lawsuit that she's going to file. She already knows that he's not going to be convicted. She's worried about her cut of that civil case for those young ladies who
Absolutely
went through whatever they went through and careers didn't pan out or whatever situation may be. But I do think Jada is one of the few people who will put her own business out there. When she had the young man, Augustine, on there, whatever, it did shit with Ray and he all in love, and, that 50-year-old shit then snapped him out of his fucking mind. He crying and making songs and putting people's business out there. But I do like her show. I think her show isn't structured like other people's shows were. And I talked to you earlier about it, the fact that I thought Gail has never been for us. But because she was of color and she was in a platform, everybody wanted to be interviewed by her. But when it all came to came into vision, it came into focus, she showed her true beliefs. And I said this before, and I will always say it again. I don't think she's sorry. I think she's sorry about the outcome that she got, because y'all people want to forget all about R. Kelly. She did the same exact thing to R. Kelly. The network did the same thing to R. Kelly, but he was playing with little girls and shit like that, so y'all didn't care. But now she does the same exact thing she did to R. Kelly. She does it to Kobe. Now she's the worst person in the world.
Absolutely.
She always has a track record of doing it.
Well, if you're interested, you can watch that episode. It airs on this Wednesday on Facebook, watch live, whatever it's called, is Red Table Talk. So have at it. Next on this apology tour, Wendy. So Wendy apologized for the comments that she made simply because she was venting about being a woman and she was tired of men dressing up as women. I mean, so she was being honest. But some people think that because the majority of her fan base is gay and a lot of the employees that work for her are gay, that she shows fake gay love. I don't think it's fake gay love. I think what it is she is a woman and she reached her point and she was aggravated and she just basically spoke her truth. She was speaking for a lot of women who feel the same way. If I'm walking around looking good for my man, why do I have to see another man doing the same thing? You're a man. Why are you itching to wear a dress? I mean, can I have a moment? We could talk about college and high school sports. You really want to have transgenders on an all-girls team? How fair is that? You could talk. I read an article one time where they had, what is it? You know, your homecoming king and queen. So they crowned a boy as a homecoming queen. So let me get this straight. So now, not only do I have to compete against other women, I got to compete against shims. Now you want to know what that is? All right, so I'll tell y'all. So shims, I was talking to a parent friend of mine, and we were going back and forth on how do we identify people if they're no longer he, she, him, her. We came up with shims. She, him. Shims. So instead of calling them transgender, call them shims. So you could identify yourself as a shim because you are both. Doesn't that make sense? Truth?
I want to say this, and I am a firm believer that the word there. No, I'm sorry. I'm a firm believer that lesbians don't exist.
Okay.
And when I tell people you date a woman because you're into women, a woman can't penetrate a woman other than fingers and a tongue. And
a toy?
You can't penetrate a woman within yourself. It's just like I remember, and I got nothing against her, and May was talking about how good it felt to have the young lady she's deal with sucking her dildo, and it felt so good.
How?
And exactly. How? You can't feel that with your acting. It's. I will say this. I think the alphabet community plus community, like you always like to say, gets too offended too often because it's the fucking truth. If you're a man and you are a homosexual, you're into men. If you're dating a man that dresses like a woman, you're fucking confused. Period. You can't tell me you're into men, but you're dating a man who portrays himself like a woman, talks like a woman, dresses like a woman, gets breast implants like a woman, then you're not into a fucking man. I'm sorry. You're not. You just did a complete 180 of everything you said you was attracted to. Just like women who date studs. You left a man for a woman who dresses like a man, acts like a man, gets her hair done like a man, and portrays her life like a man. Then you're not a lesbian. You're fucking confused.
I think I need therapy.
All right, hit it to me.
Wait, I think I need therapy. Hold on, I'm confused because you made some points. So I'm, you know what? I'm gonna have to ask for some people to school us, educate us, because I'm confused.
I would say I would love to have a conversation with someone. I don't want to have an argument. I want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is you can sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. Mm-hmm. That's your body. No one's taking it from you, my fine. But you can't be mad because I don't believe your lie. You can't be. So if you want to portray your life as something.
Right.
So I'm white now. And you have to, yeah, I'm white. You can't take, if a woman can say she's a man and you have to accept it, like these gold medalists, man who transgender into a woman and won the gold medal, or the wrestling man who cut his privates off and wrestles now against women and won 4 years in a row. You know what I'm like? Come on.
Here's the thing. When you are starting to play sports, you have to understand women, when you're born, genetically, you are born differently. Women are born as women, men are born as men. For you as a man to want to be a woman and then play in a woman's sport, you already possess more strength than a woman who was born a woman. So a lot of people are saying, why can't trans just have their own? Like, have your own magazine. Have your own sports. Y'all can compete against each other because you are the same. Whereas, why would you want to wrestle with other women knowing that you can beat them because you have, unless if you're taking a pill that's going to make you less of what you are and bring you down to our size, then, you could probably play in the sport because now you're equal. But you're not equal. If you have more strength than I do, that's just like a woman who wants to be a man and she wants to play football, but you want to play with a bunch of guys. But you don't have what they have, right?
Estrogen.
So
and
why is it that
testosterone.
you all want to integrate so freaking bad? And it's like you're sensitive over everything. If people say no, you get upset. Upset about what? It's just the truth. I'm trying to compete with 10 other great-looking women to be homecoming queen. Why are you trying to come in saying you want to be queen too? What am I missing? But you're not a woman. You just came out last week. And then you have on a dress and you got hair. And you're making your voice sound like this because you're trying to switch it up. But I got 5, 10 other chicks I got to compete against. Why you want to add yourself to that? All right? And these are some bad looking women. Like great looking women. And then you want to go to the school of drag and make yourself look beautiful. And now I got to compete against you. Remember when, was it Maury? Maury had the competition where you had to determine if it's a man or a woman.
Right. Oh, man, that was a hard one.
That was hard.
That
And I
was a
give them
hard
credit.
one.
I give them credit. Some of them, you got me. Listen, I love RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay, I'll watch that. It's a lot of fun to watch. I like to see how they all get themselves together. And in fact, I learned some things. But this is ridiculous. So now y'all still going to be mad at Wendy because she spoke her truth? Wendy is a woman, okay? She had a moment. See where she messed up? She apologized. She shouldn't have had to. Don't apologize for anything. You said what you said. That's it. You don't apologize because somebody got offended. Guess what? The alphabet people, I'm tired of saying all the letters. The alphabet people, until y'all decide to do something else. Oh, wait. Alphabet and symbols. Because they got the plus. The alphabet and symbols people, okay? They will continue to get offended about everything. It doesn't matter. They will always be offended.
Yeah,
That's something that they got to work out. But stop apologizing. You're frustrated. But then again, this is the platform for you all to come on and we can have a conversation. School us. Educate us. Let's talk. Because we need to learn. Okay? I don't have a problem with nobody. I really don't care what y'all do. I don't judge people like that because technically I'm not the judge. Okay? And I'm not the juror. Okay? I got my own stuff going on. All right? From ashes to ash, dust to dust, whatever it is. Listen, there's only one person judging, and it ain't me. All right? Y'all got to deal with yourselves. Whatever you do behind closed doors in your home, go ahead. You could be married to 15 people for all I care. All right? I don't care about your personal business unless if you bring me personally into your business. Go back to the days of when you used to be private. Everybody want to be all out and about. But learn to protect your privacy. Because that's all you have is your privacy. Okay? And then you want to complain when people give their opinions. Well, if you ain't never said nothing, then guess what? Nobody will have anything to say. Wendy, you said what you said, girl. You've been saying things that were left, okay? Wendy's always got that mouth, and y'all sitting here getting offended. Did you ever witness Wendy when she was on the radio? She was way worse, okay? Remember when she came out with the and the music was playing and she had the gay rappers list? Okay? Wendy is the worst, okay? But she's slowly trying to get her way back to being the way she was on the radio. You don't apologize for nothing. You put your business out there, people going to talk about it. That's what they do. So stop being offended. Stop being offended. And guess what? If somebody calls you the alphabet of symbols, people, take it and laugh. It's a joke. Have some humor. It's not meant to bash anybody. Are you people serious? So again, Wendy, the next time you say something off color, do not apologize and tell them you're not going to apologize. I don't care who gets upset. If people that upset, guess what? You could quit. But I know some of y'all need that paycheck. It is what it is. She ain't being fake, but she shows love to the gay people. She ain't being fake. She being 100% real. But as the woman that she is, she spoke her truth. Just like y'all speaking your truth. Man, bye. Next, Little Boozy. Now, I heard what he said about Dwayne Wade. He was on Instagram, made a little post, little video, going off because, as you know, Dwayne Wade has a daughter now. And I agreed with everything that Little Boozy said, especially this part. When your son is 18 years old, he can do whatever he wants. If he decides to go for a sex change, he can get his little thing cut off, okay? Because he's 18. And according to the laws of the state, you're an adult. You're parading your son with nails, with crop tops. I'm pretty sure next week he'll be in a wig, okay? I'm pretty sure it's going to start playing with makeup. 12. Little Boozy said he hasn't even had a chance to figure out if he likes girls, boys. He hasn't had sex yet, hopefully. Okay, so what are we doing? Why are you all exploiting your son like this? And where is his mother? How come we haven't heard from her? I want to hear from her. I'm a parent. I want to hear from his mother, not his stepmom, his mother, the one that gave birth. Because remember, she had a lawsuit against Gabrielle years ago, and not because of her and Dwayne getting together. It was because she said she didn't like the influence that Gabrielle had over her kids. I find that very interesting. I want to know more. What? She got a gag order? She got an NDA? She can't talk? Don't silence people like that. I mean, come on. So, you out here, Dwayne, you retired from the NBA, right? And you have an ESPN documentary coming out about yourself or something, where you're going to talk about your career. You're going to talk about your first marriage. Well, if you could talk about that, can't your ex-wife speak in public? You're going to talk about Gabrielle. You're going to talk about that love baby that nobody heard about. We don't hear about that love child. Is the mother of that child around still? What's going on? NDA, gag order again? Then you want to talk about your daughter? Which one? Oh, your son. So, wait a minute. Now you're going on tour to have conversations about you all being proud to have a gay, trans, I guess, son. And I'm confused because as a parent, I want to protect my child. I don't feel like I should be putting my child out there because, you know, people are crazy. But you're out here for what? Are you getting a paycheck? Because I feel like the next thing we're going to see is a documentary on how your son transitions into a woman. Is that what's going to happen? There's this thing on TLC or Lifetime, Life of Jazz. It's the same thing. Like, why are you not protecting your kid? What is the real reason behind all of this? Where is your ex-wife? I need answers. Do you want to tell us something, Dwayne Wade?
She can't say anything.
Why can't she say anything?
But
But you can go out and talk about her, but
well,
she can't talk about you and her son?
the documents that were signed in court, she is prohibited from speaking about Dwayne Wade in social media. Now, she can discuss her child, but right now discussing her child without discussing Dwayne Wade is impossible. So she's not trying to get those millions back, especially the fact that she already spent it. So she's keeping her mouth shut. That's why.
You could talk about your son without having to talk about the father. That's easy.
I
We
think
can
she-
coach you on that.
I think she's scared.
What you scared of? This is your son.
It's the money that keep going in her
I'm
pocket.
sorry, hold up. What you scared of? That's your son. You have every right to have a conversation about the well-being of your son. You ain't got to mention him. If you need coaching on how to have a conversation without mentioning him, like I said, we got you. We'll help you with that. But that's your son. You his mother. We want to know how you feel. Okay? Listen, I'm all for it if you think you're gay, straight. Some people like animals. It's the truth. But, I mean, I'm here to protect children. And I feel as though when a child is involved, especially when you're talking about sex changes, minors, he's a minor. And y'all out here promoting him. You're going on tour talking about it. Everybody's like, love, love. Well, where's the love for little Boozy when he went to Planet Fitness? I thought that was a no judgment free zone. And then y'all kicked him out because of what he said? What about your First Amendment rights? Aren't you allowed to say whatever the hell you want to say? What? What did I get wrong? What did he say that was so bad? The last part of that video, he said when the boy is 18, he could do whatever he wants, but right now he's just a kid. So what was wrong with that? I mean, I would look at the manager, who I believe is gay. I would look at him a little funny. Are you protecting the child because, you know, he's now part of your community? Or are you feeling some type of way? Or are you a freak? Like, what's going on? I have questions. Now, Little Boozy, I'm with you, but I just joined Planet Fitness. So, technically, I maybe it was just an isolated situation, but I don't really want to cancel just yet. But I do think the cancellation fee is like $88. If you want to, you know, send me $88, I'll cancel. But I mean, what, really, you kicked him out because of that? Whatever he says should not affect you. Why are you sticking up anyway for this family when they don't know you? You don't know them. You could be lying on the side of the street. They ain't gonna give you no money. Let's see, Dwayne Wade, what are you doing now? You're going on tour talking about your son, daughter, Shin. Okay? You have other kids you gotta take care of, including the one that you had outside of your relationship with Gabrielle, which is kind of interesting because I remember an interview that Gabrielle did with Essence Magazine where she talked about how you guys were on a break, but you spoke every day. So you must have been messing around with this woman for a long time if you weren't using condoms and then you got her pregnant. Dude, did you get your shots tested? Because you don't want to spread anything to your wife. Anyways, so then aside from that.
Somebody asked, what's your Instagram?
Oh, my Instagram is emmyfit, EMMYFIT_butterfly. So aside from that, or the show, actually, I'm sorry, the show Instagram, my bad, is Butterfly Blackout. You have the baby. You said it was the hardest thing for you to tell your wife that you had, they were married first or they were still dating? They weren't married yet. No, you weren't married yet. That was the hardest thing you had to tell her was that you had, because you guys were separated, right? That was the hardest thing you had to tell her was that you had a baby, you got another woman pregnant, okay? So nothing's really going on for you right now, except for that. Gabrielle, on the other hand, has her deal with New York company. She's got a clothing line. And then every couple of years she'll come out with a movie. She plays the same role. It's just a different title to the movie. Okay? So what's really going on? So now you need something to do. You've been traveling, but the money's going to run out. So what are you doing? Okay, we'll just take our shim and we're going to post our shim everywhere. We'll go on tour and we'll talk about how we're a loving family, blah, 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 and all that good stuff. Whatever happened to protecting our kids? We don't do that no more. We're so quick for a like. We're so quick to put our business out there. Really? People are crazy. I don't care how many, people you got protecting you. People will find a way. They're patient. They'll wait. Because remember, your child still has to go through puberty. The teenage years, okay? Just 12. About to be 13. The teen years. It gets real and confusing. So, you're calling your son a daughter. So, does she like boys or girls? That's another question. Never penetrated anything in his life that we know of. So, how does he know what he likes? Why are we even having a conversation about sex with the 12-year-olds anyway? Aren't you into, like, sports and other things? I mean, are you clean enough to make sure that you don't get doo-doo on the back of your underwear? I mean, people, you're all praising this man while he's promoting his son. Really? What about the protection of the child? I keep asking that. Nobody has an answer. We're not protecting our youth. We're just throwing them out there hoping that they can swim. This is sad. Truth, any thoughts?
I want to say this. It's your child. Do with your child whatever you want. But my thing is, I don't want people to get mad when other people don't agree with what they say. Now, no one's anyone attacking the child. No one's talking about the child in a bad manner. What everyone is saying to the parents is that your child is too young to know what they want. Puberty hit, and we said put a video on last night's show. The person who created this surgery refuses to do it anymore because of the mental damage it has caused on the individuals that have had this surgery. You reach a certain age and it's too late. The ones that wanted to have kids can't anymore. You then discard your body up so much, and then a lot of them regretted the decisions they made. So your child is still in a learning stage where they might like Jordans, but they might like Kobe's, or they might like Yeezys. It fluctuates up and down. So I agree with him when your child reaches an age where they can fully comprehend right from wrong. Then you would let your child do whatever they want to do at that point. But let's say you allow this to happen at the age of 13 and 20 comes around when they hit that age, and to them it's a mistake. Because you would always have to live your life that way. You would always have to be open and honest with whoever you date about what you went through. I remember one of the most popular, I forgot the person's name, I apologize, was in Playboy. And the person talked about how the first time that they wasn't honest, the fact that they used to be a man, and it got so bad physically that person refused to lie again. And yes, this person still has had, relationship stuff like that. And one was even on boot camp, marriage boot camp or relationship boot camp.
Ooh.
And to this day, you don't know that fucking he, she, or whatever it is.
Shim.
No disrespect.
Come on, be respectful. Shim.
It's fun and shit. Like, you would never know that was a fucking man. But again, that was an adult. That's a person who was at a certain age where you knew they knew what they wanted. And just the backlash that will happen if that child reaches 19, 20 and decides that they made a mistake and they don't want it anymore, and they want to go back, and there's no regrowing a penis.
Well, the way medicine works,
They can put something on there, but it's not really going to be fulfilling. Like, what kind of pleasure you're not going to be able to orgasm the same way? Like, just, it's wow.
that ain't this show. But Little Boozy, don't worry about Planet Fitness. You got money.
Oh,
Do
they
what the
kicked him out?
Kardashians do.
They
Huh?
kicked him out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
a lawsuit.
listen,
He about to get paid. Don't worry.
do what the Kardashians do. Get your own gym
Nah, he's
in
about
your
to
own
sue the shit out of
house,
him. He about to sue the shit out of him. That's all right.
as you should. Okay, so moving on. The Nevada Democratic debates. This was Mike Bloomberg's debut. First of all, Mike was very chill. Okay? His composure was on point. A lot of black people are rallying for him. They figure, why not have another billionaire go up against a billionaire? Again, I say this. President Trump was not impeached. He's currently up for re-election, and he's running. His slogan is, "Keep America Great." Again, is that what it is? I don't know. It's America, whatever it is. Either way, I guarantee you he's going to win again. Why? Because of the mess of the Democratic Party. Here's the thing. You start off with 500,000 people, okay, for no reason. Now people were dropping off like flies, one by one, everybody dropping off. And now we just have a whole bunch of people, a bunch of Democrats talking about doing nothing except for defeating Donald Trump. So basically, it doesn't matter who you vote for as long as they can defeat Donald Trump, because that is the number one agenda. Defeat Donald Trump. Defeat Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has 0 F's given, and he's out here pardoning folks. Now, forget the corrupt politicians. He's pardoning real people. Like this woman, Angela Stanton King. Very vocal on social media. You don't need to know her background right now. You could go and Google that. Just know she's a black woman who was pardoned. She was snatched up, thrown in jail for a crime. She was pregnant, had to give birth to her baby, handcuffed to the bed, and then had her baby taken away from her. She was released from prison. Come to find that her mother and her aunt both passed away. And then she had trouble getting a job because obviously when you're a criminal, you have to fill out applications and you have to talk about why you went to jail. And then people are like, we don't want you. So she ended up becoming a writer, published her first book, yada, yada, yada. The rest is history. Okay. That stays with you, your criminal record, until the president did this. He pardoned her. So, what does that mean? That means she has a brand new life. That means that if she wants this apartment, she can fill out the application. When I ask about the criminal history, nothing. Because it's not going to bite her in the ass. She's free, people. She is free, like so many other people are. Now, Angela went on social media and said that people were asking her for interviews. But all the networks that were asking weren't black networks. Nobody from the black media cared. I'm like, well, why is that? I mean, Roland Martin, wasn't she on your show? You didn't want to have her back on to talk about this? I mean, because her experience was very important and significant because of the fact that because of her and her influence with the president, women who are behind bars and are pregnant no longer are chained to their beds when they give birth. Well, thank you for allowing a woman to give birth in peace. You know what I mean? Imagine laying on a bed, handcuffed, trying to push out a baby. And then having that baby snatched out of your arms after you give birth. I don't care what crime you did. That's inhumane. But now we don't have to worry about that. So for those that are pregnant, they don't have to worry about having to be handcuffed. Because, like, really, where is she going? She's in labor. She wants to be there so the baby can come out. Duh. But the president pardoned her, and black media was nowhere to be found, except for BET. BET came through after she said what she said. They had her picture and a caption, and it said this: Black woman stunned by surprise Trump pardon. She never thought would come. I read that 3 times. I said, well, who the black woman? Oh, you mean Angela. Okay, so let's go back. So when we said black media doesn't cover, we didn't mean for black media to come in and say, oh, black woman. She has a name. Her name is Angela Stanton King. So you were supposed to say Angela Stanton King. Why black media? Why BET? You shaded her like that? Really? Okay, we see how you do, but over here at Truth Vibe, we don't do that. We call you by your name, okay? And I know that she is a she, okay? So, Angela, you are welcome to come here. Let's have a conversation because I know that you are fighting for abortion to be, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Abolished. Because they're trying to kill our black babies, and I totally understand where you are coming from. I would love for you to come on my show and have a conversation about that and educate us some more on why this is important. And I get the whole, you know, a woman's right to choose, but we really need to understand what we're talking about, because I don't think there's an understanding. I think we're so concerned about protecting our rights to do with whatever we want with our bodies that we don't really understand what we're talking about when we're talking about abortion and what we're aborting and who's being aborted. Okay? So that's why I want you to come on the show so we can have that conversation and we can celebrate you and your new lease on life because you absolutely deserve it. Okay? We're that type of black media. All right? And we can agree to disagree. We're that type of black media. We're not going to sit here and talk over you like some people do, because they always want to seem like they're right, because we don't do that. We're going to have a conversation. Let's learn from each other, right? But black media, where you at? Oh, you only like to cover the Dwayne Wades and the Kobe Bryants and all that's popping because it gets you likes. That's what you're about. Okay. That's all good. But anyway, again, Michael Bloomberg is running for president because he's got a lot of money. Black people are rallying behind him. I follow one person on Twitter and he's like going in because he is in love with this man. He's close to sucking a fart out of his butt. That's how much in love he is. So I'm like, really, y'all? Really? So the stop and frisk. Okay, so that's what you want? By the way, mark this day. I said it. Donald Trump will win in November. What do you think, Truth?
I think Bloomberg brings a different style flow. Trump already has proven that running not with the Democrats and not with the Republicans can work. People remember when he came out, he was independent. And then the Republicans jumped on the bandwagon because he pretty much beat out who they had running at the time.
I forgot that.
Yeah, he was independent, and started with Ross Perot. Never worked.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, but I mean, Bloomberg, who has had political success, whether you want to agree or not, as far as New York City. And it kills me when black folks are talking about a lot of things that they shouldn't be talking about. I understand that black people get harder crimes, but you still committed a fucking crime. Don't commit it. You won't have to worry about getting hit with a bigger crime. So they want to try something different. And the Democrats really don't have any fucking body. Really. The young lady, I think she got bought off.
Amy Klobuchar.
She got bought off. That was
I'm
the
sorry if I
the
butchered
Spanish
your
one
name.
or
It's
whatever
just
it
a
is.
funny name.
I think it's just more lines that a lot of people get promised a lot of things, and you'll see her pick a side once the campaign really starts, and you'll see who owes her a position in there if they win or the person gets reelected. You'll see her get a post somewhere.
Okay, so where is Tulsi? I follow Tulsi, and I was actually rooting for her because, one, she destroyed Kamala Harris, but I like Tulsi Gabbard.
Again, people have to remember these people do not want to be in Congress and office just to make your life better. It's to make their pockets fucking fatter.
Well, then we doing the wrong thing. I want to make my pockets fatter.
And that's what it's all about. Every person who's in Congress, right? Here's the thing we understand about the Senate. It's forever, people. There are people that have been there for 40, 50 years.
They need
and
to
they're
go.
multi-millionaires. There's nobody broke that's part of Congress. They're millionaires.
So they're out of touch with the broke people. By the way.
No, they may have ideas of how to better things. But I always tell black people anyway, keep voting Democrat and you wonder why you've always been in poverty.
Listen, I mean, these are just two people who are woke. Y'all do what you want to do, but again, you need to pay attention. I mean, y'all get mad at Candace Owens and everybody else trying to educate and school y'all. You get mad at Angela Stanton King if you want to. But again,
I will say this. The only reason your vote doesn't count is the presidency. And why I say that is because of electoral votes. These white people ain't
Right.
stupid.
that's why they're keeping it.
That's how they keep it, because electoral votes. But if you want a congressman, senator, a councilman, those do count. And for those individuals who don't want certain things to be about, then run yourself. Look at the qualifications for it. Get your community together.
That's how AOC did it.
Yeah, rally your community around you.
And she's annoying, but she did it.
But that's the thing. If you're like, there's a guy who's he's the mayor of Patterson now, but he was the mayor of a couple other places. But we sat down when we had the radio station at the Art Factory. We sat down and talked to him, and he made a lot of fucking sense.
Did he?
He did. He wouldn't allow anyone to own a business in his county who didn't live there.
Well, that makes sense.
But that's the saying. A lot of the stuff he said made sense, and you had to donate towards something for the community, for the kids. He made that a known, like that's written in stone. If you're gonna own a business in this county, these are the things that come with it.
Well, hello.
But I'm saying it made sense.
That does make sense. I mean, of course, that's like policing. I want you to live in my community if you're a police. I don't want you to come from,
Agreed.
a high society to come watch the poor.
And that was a part of his too. You couldn't police anybody that policed, owned business. You had to live in that county. Otherwise, you couldn't work in that county. I mean, you couldn't own the business in that county.
I mean, trust me, there's quite a few people that live on the street that could become police officers.
Well, I mean, it's just more lines of, like I tell people, the library is the greatest gift that you won't receive.
I have my library card.
And there's a lot of stuff in there that is free information. And again, you are unhappy with the way your community is being portrayed,
Right?
is being run, then you run and change it. See how simple that is? But you don't want to do it. There are a lot of people who just want to be on the sidelines and complain.
Well, listen, we don't know what's going to happen. But, Mike, good luck.
It'll be
here.
Mike and Trump. And I'm here
for it. I'm here for it. Like, let's go. I mean, I thought it was going to be Joe Biden, but, he loosey-goosey. So, go ahead, Mike.
Mike could beat him. Because, again, he ran one of the greatest cities in the world, New York City. And, yeah, he didn't put any money in the poor pockets, but the city as a whole, it did flourish. More jobs were created. So, what does that tell you? I have experience. I've done it, and I didn't just do it in a run-of-the-mill county or state that has 5 people. No, I had over 8 million people.
Well, here's the thing. Mike is going to release 2 women out of their NDAs. So
It's not gonna happen.
he
Good luck
just
with it.
did. He said that he's going to release them out of their NDAs. But he also did say that they signed the NDAs. Like, listen, nobody holds a gun to your head saying sign an NDA. But that's neither here nor there.
NDA is pretty much a bonus. I'm going to sign this so I can get this money, and then I won't be allowed to talk about this.
But now if I release you, you got to give me the money back?
Well, but my thing is this. No, there's some other shit in it. There's another NDA that's going to be signed before that NDA is unsigned.
Oh, my.
It's just the agreement. So here's the thing. If you truly believe in what you want, then leave that 2, 3, 4 million over there and then talk your mind.
Okay.
But a lot of people decide, you know what? I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to take this 4 million. But again, that's their story.
And we want to know what the real story is about Jussie Smollett. Jussie, now you're going to go to court soon. And the Osolasu brothers, I don't know their last names, but the brothers, they want you to speak your truth and say what really happens. But then I'm hearing other people are involved, maybe from Empire, maybe from higher up. Jussie, I think it's in your best interest to tell it all. Don't be protecting people that wasn't trying to protect you. You better open your mouth and spill the beans because we are ready. And we're also ready for that album. So listen, I would love for you to come on the show. And I really want you to I'm not going to even harass you about the case. I just want to know about the music. Okay? Truth might ask you about the case.
Nah.
I want to know about the music.
The truth is already out there. I mean, here's what I tell people. People always like to look at things like, okay, see that screen behind you? It's green. You could try to tell me it's in fuchsia. It's all these colors in the world. The truth is the truth. The fact of the matter is, yes, there are a lot of other people behind closed doors about this. So guess what Jesse's going to do? Jesse's going to take that smack on the ass, and he's going to get that money for taking that smack on the ass, and he's going to shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. If he did not want the money, and he just truly wanted his story to be out there, he would say it.
Okay. But he was using them to work out. Do you still have your abs at least?
Did he ever have abs?
He was working out to get the abs because he had to do a music video.
I remember. I stopped watching the show years ago, but I don't ever remember.
Where's the video?
Abs.
Where is the music video? Where is the single? I need answers. I want to know. Jussie, you owe us this. Okay, I'm still a fan. I know that. I think Empire's got like 10 episodes left.
It does.
Jussie.
Well, he ain't gonna be on none of them. So.
And he should be on it. Why would y'all not? He was there from the beginning. At least let him come in and sing a song, and then they say "Kumbaya" and then close it out.
That shit is still on Fox.
And what's your point?
It's still on Fox.
So Fox, you mad?
No, Fox want nigga pennies, but to a certain way. That's like Dutch Schultz. He show you.
Do you know if he's on? Wait, do you know if he's actually on? You'll get more ratings because people are gonna want to watch. Duh.
Not during the election.
Y'all didn't forgive him yet?
Not during the election.
They still mad. But, I mean, how did it affect us? It didn't affect anybody except for the people that are being charged. Except for the city of Chicago.
I mean, people create false reports all the time. I think, unfortunately, they wanted to hold this man accountable because, they like to hit us with a stick while we're down. And I'll say it again, if you wouldn't have committed a crime, you wouldn't have had to get hit with a stick. And I'm tired of people saying after the fact, okay, you commit a crime, you're going to have to pay for the crime. Everyone gets different judgments and different time because of it. But if you already know in this day and time, black folks are held to a different standard, but your asses keep committing crimes, shut the fuck up.
Well, all I have to say is, Ray J said it best. If I had one wish, Jussie, I just want you to come on the show and just sing me a lullaby. That's it. And let us know what you're doing because nobody's heard from you. I think you were on social media for 2 seconds. But is that it? Is our time up?
Yeah, I think his... no, you want to talk about what's the name got?
Jussie, I'm okay with you. Okay? So you messed up. Other people messed up too. I mean, R. Kelly's still alive. Right? I mean, people still jamming to his songs. Right? And y'all listen. Don't be upset if you still like R. Kelly's music. It's okay because it's good music. Don't read too much into it. That's all. Step in the name of love. It was a nice two-step. You know what I'm saying? His crimes are his crimes. He's the one who has to stay in jail. It's got nothing to do with you, so keep living your life. Right? So, moral of the story is, there's a kid with the mumps in New Jersey because he or she wasn't vaccinated. Okay? Dwayne Wade is going out on tour to talk about his life as a basketball star, to talk about how he cheated on his wife, how he cheated on his girlfriend at the time before she became his wife, and his new addition to the family, his daughter. Michael Bloomberg may be the Democratic nominee for president. Joe Biden still doesn't know the truth from the truth. And Buttigieg is still in this race. I mean, why are y'all still entertaining him? Elizabeth Warren is a little too emotional. Bernie is just too Bernie. And Little Boozy has no place to work out. Snoop will be on Red Table Talk. Wendy is all woman. I think she was offended that y'all thought she was a trans.
We all did.
Little Rouse saved the photograph. And we're just waiting on Jesse's album. Oh, and a few people got pardoned by President Trump. Congratulations again on your new lease on life. We're happy for you. And I'm sure your families are happy. Because guess what? Now you can live a life. Because when you come out of prison, it ain't all it's cracked up to be. Okay? How you supposed to get a job? They don't tell you that. Why? Because you're a felon. Y'all don't get jobs like that. You got to go under the table, know somebody who knows somebody. You better hope that the person that you know, you ain't hurt or did something shady, because they got to help you out. They may not want to help you. They might tell you to go kick bricks. That's it. That's our episode for today. Join us next week. We have fun. Truth. Thank you.
Always.
Until next time, Butterfly Blackout.